From her association with the controversial King of Pop to having her home raided by the FBI, here's why Oprah would definitely be canceled now. Oprah Winfrey's nationally syndicated talk show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, aired for 25 years and was one of the most watched shows in U.S. television history. When she debuted in 1986, viewers had no idea that she'd become a global phenomenon. The first episode, titled How to Marry the Man or Woman of Your Choice, suggested more of the same talk show fodder. But after more than 4,500 episodes, it became more than a talk show and represented a culture shift. Oprah became a household name, was one of the most influential women in the world, and one of the richest people on the planet. Interviewing everyone in the Hollywood scene, she created breaking celebrity news long before countless Hollywood gossip websites ever existed, and her 1993 interview with Michael Jackson was unforgettable. The King of Pop treated 62 million viewers to an inside look at his Neverland Ranch and showed fans who he really was as a man. He revealed that he suffered from a skin pigment disorder, that he didn't sleep in an oxygen chamber, or buy the Elephant Man's bones, which many people believed. It was the first time he opened up in an interview in many years, and it helped cement Oprah's reputation, much like her 1997 interview with Ellen DeGeneres, when the future talk show host revealed that she was a lesbian. But her interview with the former King of Pop certainly hasn't aged well. Today, being associated with a man who was buried under allegations of child abuse would almost certainly destroy her career. And it wasn't the only time that Oprah aligned herself with men who'd be accused of, or convicted of, heinous acts. Remember Harvey Weinstein? Weinstein was the founder of Miramax and listed as the executive producer of dozens of successful films and blockbusters, like Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, Peter Jackson's epic Lord of the Rings trilogy, and the Academy Award-winning film Good Will Hunting. In October of 2017, allegations of abuse surfaced dating back to the late 1970s. Weinstein was fired from his company and kicked out of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. More than 80 women came forward with allegations of sexual harassment against Weinstein by October 31st, sparking the hashtag #MeToo movement. In May of 2018, Weinstein was arrested and eventually found guilty of 2 felony charges in February 2020. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison, and in December of 2022, he was found guilty of 3 additional charges in Los Angeles and had 16 years added to his sentence. Oprah was friends with Weinstein, and although she claims to have no knowledge of his criminal behavior, that wasn't enough to keep her from being mentioned in the drama, because people refused to believe that she didn't know. Oprah was accused of turning a blind eye to his abuses in order to maintain her relationship with the most powerful man in Hollywood. Rose McGowan expressed those views publicly on Twitter, claiming that Winfrey is as fake as they come, and ignored Weinstein's private life so that she could remain a part of the established power structure that made her a billionaire. That makes sense. And speaking out would have certainly destroyed her career because she relied on her relationships with Hollywood stars to attract viewers. And McGowan said that it wasn't just Weinstein that she had a relationship with, but that she was also a friend and supporter of hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons, who was accused of sexual assault in 2016 by aspiring filmmaker Jennifer Jarosik. Jarosik claimed that Simmons asked her to meet at his house in Los Angeles to discuss her career, and that he pounced on her and proceeded to assault her. Oprah found herself in the crosshairs for refusing to air a documentary about his abusers after abandoning a deal to release an exposé about him. She did a complete 180, which suggested that she had concerns about the truth behind the accusations. Concerns that many suspected were fueled by her relationship with Simmons, so fans called her out for abandoning the victims and siding with her longtime friend. It was too much of a coincidence for fans, and I have to admit that it does seem suspicious that someone as connected as Oprah wouldn't be wise to what was going on around her. But a 2003 interview circulating on the internet sparked even more controversy, and it had nothing to do with either Weinstein or Simmons. Beloved country music icon Dolly Parton appeared on The Oprah Winfrey Show, and according to many fans and critics who've taken the time to rewatch and analyze it, her line of questioning was inappropriate. Oprah questioned Parton about her many plastic surgeries, commenting that she's had tucks and pulls and sucks, something Dolly's always been open about, but Oprah's comments were seen as a dig at Parton, because it was how she continued to look so good at her age. When Dolly answered honestly and confidently, Oprah looked almost disappointed that she didn't trigger an uncomfortable moment, so she tried again by asking Dolly if she suffered from any mental health issues like depression, saying that she heard Dolly fell into a huge depression when she turned 40, and seemed pleased with herself for bringing it up. Dolly once again rolled with the punches by answering with her typical grace and professionalism, and her fans on social media applauded her for it. Talk show hosts would never get away with that today, because the internet would be flooded with cancel culture hashtags in no time. Viewers today are super sensitive to any mention of potential body shaming and mental issues, and are armed with smartphones capable of ending someone's career overnight. Another interview that likely would have ended Oprah's career way back then, if social awareness was what it is today, was her 2004 interview with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, famously known as the Olsen twins. Fans felt Oprah body-shamed the young girls, put them on the spot, and made them uncomfortable by discussing their body size, almost forcing them to reveal their sizes on national television. And when the sisters tried to change the subject by telling Oprah they don't know their sizes, she mocked them for claiming they didn't know their measurements. Oprah even mentioned rumors that the twins had eating disorders before asking them what size they wore, which made Ashley stumble for a moment. And after answering that she wasn't sure, Oprah responded by saying, "Oh, that's interesting." The sarcastic reply struck a nerve with viewers, because Oprah's own struggles with her weight and body image in the 1980s are well documented. She was seen as rude and demeaning, far below the expected standard of such a beloved personality and respected television host, and the darker image of Oprah's character only continued to grow after her 1998 interview with singer Toni Braxton resurfaced. Needless to say, the interview didn't age like a fine wine, but more like moldy cheese. Braxton claimed that Oprah was so freaking mean, relentlessly putting her on the spot, demeaning her, and making her feel isolated and victimized. She belittled her for filing for bankruptcy, losing her baby grand piano, and Gucci flatware. She even suggested that Toni should feel guilty about her situation after wearing gowns that cost up to $7,000 and $500 pairs of shoes. Braxton was backed into a corner and had no choice but to admit that it was her fault, and maybe it was. But she was clearly blindsided by the line of questioning and forced to share her pain with a worldwide audience. After rewatching this segment, fans took to social media saying enough was enough, calling for Oprah to be canceled. Oprah's rise to fame came during a very different time in social awareness, and the rise of woke culture has drastically changed what is acceptable, but her past associations made her fair game for the internet rumor mill. She was trending in 2020 after rumors circulated that her home had been raided by the FBI and that she was arrested as part of a trafficking ring. The rumors weren't true, but sometimes you're judged by the company you keep. So there you have it, from having her home raided by the FBI to her association with the controversial king of pop. That's why Oprah would definitely be canceled now.